go with Jamal Charles. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, how many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And as we peer at this offense now, let's look at Jamal Charles, a guy who continues to be so productive in this league.
No matter where he touches it on the field, there's a very good chance he can go the distance.
On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Now it's Smith. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And they went big on 1st down. Proves unfruitful. Charles, for the Giants defense here, looking forward to next season, what do they need to improve and where are they solid?
I think that they'll want to continue to get better at the linebacker position. I think they want to add another pass rusher because Olivier Vernon, who was a free agent pickup in 2016, did a tremendous job coming off the edge. I thought they really shored up their interior with Damon Harrison, a defensive tackle. Landon Collins played at an MVP level on the defensive side of the ball as safety. And Janoris Jenkins became an eraser out on the corner.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a 1st down here on 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. Short yardage situation. Here's Charles. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down. Brandon, another catch for Tyreek Hill. How do you defend him? Because kickoff return, punt return, catching the ball, whether it's a receiver out of the backfield, and, of course, you can run it with him, too.
Well, let me give you some numbers from last year. To your point, 12 total touchdowns, 6 of them receiving, 3 rushing, and 3 in the return game.
If you're an offensive coordinator and you can't diagram plays for this guy, turn in your clipboard.
8 yards to go here on second down. Shift together here from the D-line. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. And the quarterback won't take the snap here. This is the Wildcat look. Now a direct snap. It's Jamal Charles. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And the play clock's running down. After the run, Smith going to throw. Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So after the INT, it's Manning. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. Manning, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times because you have your assignments to block, but if you could see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, you might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is when you end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, a really good one for the defense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
New York set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll begin the drive with Rashad Jennings. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Here's a nugget, Charles, on OBJ. This year he had 101 catches, now 288 for his first 3 years in the league. That ties him with his former LSU teammate Jarvis Landry for most catches for a receiver in their first 3 years in the NFL.
And just think about it this way. LSU is known as a running back factory as well. So wide receivers coming into the league and doing the damage they're doing, absolutely incredible. But I do know this. OBJ will tease his former teammate and say, don't forget, we're tied, but I missed a few games my rookie year. If I played those games, I'd be way ahead of you.
A screen here to Perrine. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Hitting Donnell here, the tight end right side. And he gets us one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. And now a first down following that long gain. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Manning now on first down. That's caught at the 3. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, that's the kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise, because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
And that play was vintage Derek Johnson. Made a play in the backfield. In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Used speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run now with Jennings. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl. Traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. This is Harris. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
It's his target, the tight end, Will Tye. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. And the tight end goes in motion left. Shotgun now for Manning. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Will Tye as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Now Gould for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Smith on first down. To the right side, and he's got Macklin. Complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And they're going to go soft on the corners. The final shot here before break. Smith. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On 1st and 10, Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a carry for the fullback here. This is Will Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, how come I'm not touching it more? Do you see me out there moving around, wiggling, and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
They come up in an offset eye. In motion left, Shepard. Jennings. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Now we give to the first man through, and that's Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Third down now following the run. They come out here in the eye. To throw is Manning. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And on 2nd and 10 now. Throwing is Smith. It's Hill, complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's brought down after a good gain. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Three yards remaining here on 2nd down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Three yards to go on 2nd down. Charles the lone setback. Again, Smith. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Smith on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target, and it's now 4th and 3.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Charles. And he lost the football. Charles loses it. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself. But it was 4th down, and the possession changes.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
They complete it to Hill. A gain of 6 there on first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
A lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. A dump off for Charles. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Here's Smith looking to throw. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They start the drive with Jennings. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And his pass, incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd and 4. So the offense needing 4 yards. It's 3rd down. Now Manning. And he's got Will Tye complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 9 yards there, and they get a 1st down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Manning now on 1st down. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. It's a pickup of 21, and it'll be first down, Giants.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. The Pro Bowler is a rookie, Marcus Peters, there on the stop. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. It's a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now it's Jennings. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now Manning. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
His pass caught at the 4. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. This is Jennings. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Rashad Jennings, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. Back to throw, Smith. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Macklin. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
And Conley's got it over the middle. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They come out here in the I. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Give him 13 on the pickup there. Good enough for a Kansas City first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's a 4-receiver look all to the left side. On first down, Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. One last throw here for Smith. Surveying the field. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up, and now off to the races down the right side. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride.